Hey guys, welcome back to the Interceptor. We are here with war number 7, I believe this is, of season 45. And Matrix has matched up against NWD. And I have the team today of Stealthy, Hood, and Scorpion. And this is actually Hood's first time in a war for me since I've ascended him. And he has just one fight, but it is the most important fight of the war. Other than that, I have 7 fights with Stealthy, which you'll see how they go. So, when I saw my war that I was assigned, there were 2 fights that terrified me. And I thought, if this Deathless season is going to end, it's going to be this war. Because there are 2 fights that if I was assigning... I would either I would not assign one fight specifically, and the other one I do think I was given the best option. I just messed it up, but the room for error is so small in that fight that I was terrified of messing up one time and dying. So you'll see how that goes. But this is a Terrax on Node 8, and even though we can't really avoid the rock field damage, we are able to reduce it with the fragility debuff. But this is a very easy fight. I'm pretty sure this was even a rank 2 Terrax. Even if it wasn't. Not that it makes any difference at all. It's just as easy of a fight. And this fight, this Baron Zemo, I was obviously supposed to use Hood because Stealthy has no way of getting up his Fury against Baron Zemo unless you let yourself be rooted and then you throw your SP2 to end your root. But the only way you can do that is if you run the what's that mastery where you can inflict weakness debuffs? Resonate? Right. And I really feel like if I had run Resonate just for this one fight, just to get my Fury, that RNG would have been very mean to me, and I would have gotten rooted and hit. So I decided that I'll get up my Precision, and I'm just gonna hit him. I'm just going to hit him, and yeah, it'll take longer because that Fury pretty much triples Stealthy's damage, almost triples it. But it's, you know what, I'm not really too worried about the fight being that long. And Baron Zemo's not a very good defender. So I had to take a little bit of block damage right at the beginning of the fight, but now it's pretty much fine. I mean, I have not had to take a blocked hit since then. We're just intercepting through my SP2 there just to give him some power, and yeah, just baiting SP1. Took a little bit over a minute. But the reason I didn't use Hood is because I want to make sure that I keep all of my bullets and I have enough bullets for the Hood fight. For the Hood fight, basically. Because without the synergy to get bullets back, you are definitely at risk of losing them in war if you use them for more than one fight. As I am doing next war. I have him for 4 fights. Wait, 5. I have him for 5 fights. I was assigned 5 fights with Hood. But I have the synergy, don't worry. And anyways, yeah, we have this Maw. And I did throw in an invulnerability boost for that Baron Zemo to carry over to this fight. But I was only really worried about this fight. And the reason is because this fight has Sadists. Sadist. This node has Sadist. And with the attacker tactic, plus my own personal slow debuff, I have between 6 and 7 debuffs on Maw at all times. Which means that is a 300 to 350% attack increase. So if I get hit, and there's 3 or 4 crits in that combo, I would be dead from full health, even max boosted. Because that's how much damage defenders do with plus 300% attack. It's kind of ridiculous. But anyways, this fight. This fight here, this Sasquatch, this is the fight I was talking about earlier, that if I was assigning wars, I would never assign this fight with stealth. And let me specify here, without a white mags pre-fight. This fight is fine. There's no problem with this fight if I have a white mags pre-fight. Without it, this is terrifying. Why? Because there's a node here where whenever the defender dashes at you, they become immune to debuffs, which means they remove all current debuffs on them. And how does Stealthy get his Fury? Well, he activates a slow or a fragility or an enervate while he already has one active. That is how he gets a Fury. And what happens if every single time I put a slow up on the defender, they then immediately choose to dash back and dash forward, therefore getting rid of their slow? Well, you're going to see in this fight, because that's what happens. I don't have a single chance the whole fight to reapply my slow. Not one. I never got the chance. There, I hit a nice light intercept to get rid of the ebb and flow protection, and this time I'm actually gonna pay attention to the timing there. But here, Sasquatch goes unstoppable from the global, so I use a striker to get out of that bad situation. I dash back to pause my ebb and flow Fury. There, I end a combo with a light for the slow, and I'm going to throw my SP3 for 2 reasons. The first of which is to push him to an SP2, and the second reason is to give me all my charges back, so that if I wanted to go for my Fury, I'm able to. And right here, I'm able to, because instead of dashing back and dashing forward immediately after, like he has been doing this entire fight, for once, he actually lets me apply a second slowdown. And I have taken defenders on this node with Stealthy before. I've taken Kindred on this node, and I've taken... I don't remember if it was Man-Thing or Rintrah last season. I took someone else on this node, and it went fine because the first time that I applied my slow, I was able to reapply it right after because I was able to either parry or bait out a heavy, whereas this time I never got that opportunity. So that is where the complications come from in that fight. So even though I only lost about 20% of my health, I was terrified the whole fight that I was going to get trapped in my corner because I was not able to ever put a slow on. But it ended up working out, and I assume the reason that Sasquatch was not on this node here is because they didn't have a rank 2 or rank 3 7-star. So they instead placed Rintrah on node 38, but I've taken him on this node. I take Rintrah every war. Like, honestly, if Stealthy's not banned, I take Rintrah no matter where he is. Pretty much. Rintrah, Sasquatch, Kindred, you name it, and I'm taking them. Pretty much. But this is a really easy fight. This is not a node for Rintrah. I am going to play this fight very slowly just because I am attempting to play it safe. I don't really care about the speed as long as I don't die, because Stealthy is already inherently a very fast champion. But this node also has aggression prowess, so I don't want to push to SP2 just in case I eat it. And the first few times I was taking this fight last season, I would always use an invuln boost for it, and then I kind of realized that that's stupid because I would literally like never take hits on this node, and every single time I was just throwing an invulnerability boost in the garbage. So I stopped using invuln boost for this node. But that kind of makes me want to play the fight a little safer, which is why I go the route of baiting SP1s every time. Pretty much the same reason I do that on the boss node. But there, the striker kills. And since Rintrah is a little bit more beefy than Sasquatch, that fight did take about 20 seconds longer than that fight would normally take with... against Sasquatch. But here, they actually did a little switch up on me because Mysterio is usually on node 49, but this time he is here, and there's someone else on node 49 that I have to take, which is the other fight I was terrified of. So here we have Mysterio. This is the root node with Power Focus 2, and the unblockable node as well when you take blocked hits. So I put my slow pre-fight on. I had a combat regen boost that I turned on for Rintrah. Carried over to here, mostly because it was just expiring. So we're going to throw our SP1, and I believe the first time in this fight, yes, Mysterio is going to throw his SP2. He's not going to throw another special attack in this fight. And there we're countering the heavy, ending that with a light. Go in there, get parried. I got parried, trying to punish the heavy attack. I guess I was just a bit slow. I really didn't feel like I was slow in the moment, but clearly I was, because, I mean, I got parried. So, yeah. And that's not the only time in this war that something is going to go horribly wrong when I attempt to punish a defender's heavy attack. In fact, it's in the very next fight. So, that fight did not go very well, but I ended with 90% health pretty much, and it took only 45 seconds or so. But this fight, when I first saw my assignments, I saw this fight, and I was like, oh no. This is not going to be fun, because this is a rank 3 7-star Hulk. The only champ in the game that is both attacker tactic and defender tactic. And he is so good on both that he is so good on offense that he is actually banned, but not on defense, which should be a thing. I don't know exactly how they would implement that with the way that they do matchups now, but you should be able to ban certain defenders and force the other alliance to swap their defense. I think that would be funny. I don't think that's very realistic, but I think that would be really funny. Just like, we don't like these defenders, so we're not going to fight them. But yeah, there's the mistake right there. Hulk goes for a heavy attack, and I was late countering it, so he threw an SP1 in my face, and I deserved an SP1 in my face, because what the hell am I doing? That is such a bad rookie mistake, you know? But I'm taking huge block damage here, and I realize I'm kind of in a bad situation. So now I need to be really crisp and on point countering these heavy attacks so I do not get another special attack in the face. I'm normally good about it, but this war I guess I was just slow, getting parried once. And like I said, taking a special to the face the other time. But this fight, I have managed to recover. And this is actually Stealthy's last fight. So when I was going into this fight, I was kind of thinking, you know what? If I lose most of my health to block damage in this fight and I live, I do not care. That is completely fine. So I was going into this fight with the mentality of just don't get hit. You can take damage, just don't get hit. And what did I do? I got hit a bunch. But we survived. Because it's, I don't know. Because Stealthy's that guy. But anyways, here's the hood fight. So we have a rank 5 6-star ascended Maestro boss with hood. We are going in with an SP1 boost, which is convenient because we just had to use one for that last fight so we could get our precision. And I did see a video of someone taking a rank 4 Maestro boss with hood, but that is all I had to go on. I read his abilities a bunch. I kind of mentally prepared myself for the fight, but other than seeing someone take a boss that had like literally 60% the health that this one does, this one has way more health because it's a full 2 ranks higher. I really did not have any way to prepare. And also, I have not seen Maestro's SP1 since I fought Labyrinth last. And look, the first time I ever tried it, I fully dexed it, which is cool. But anyways, the way that Maestro works is that when he reaches his 40 charges, the effects that he has, which is the pierce and the glancing, cannot be prevented the way that the buffs can be nullified when they initially activate, which is what I did. I just staggered them earlier in the fight, and you didn't even see it because they never activated. But when he is in that mode, the Cosmic Radiation mode, you can actually knock him down with a heavy attack or a special attack, and every time you do that, he loses 6 charges, and there's no cooldown, which is awesome, because that is just a really fast way to get rid of the most annoying part of the fight as fast as possible. So here, he's just about down. I'm going to bait this SP2. I'm going to go double medium into my SP1, and I'm going to bait a dash and heavy him. He survives at 1%. I just need to tap him, and luckily, because I paused his charges, he's not going to activate his glancing yet. But there, we take him out. A R5 Ascended Maestro in a minute 56, which is just amazing. I'm happy that fight went so well. And the war also went really well. I'm trying to get back to the end screen, but my video's not liking me right now. Hold on. Let's go. There we go. That's a nice one. Anyways, we won this war. Despite how bad we've been playing this season, we actually had a half-decent war. Now, not a great war, but we won this war 17-6. We died 6 times. And that is our best so far this season, so you know what? I will take it. And I'd say Hood did a pretty damn good job for his first war since ascending him. But next war is going to be the real test, because Stealthy is banned and Hood has 5 fights. So that is going to be all for this video. We are now 2-5, and we still need to win all 5 last wars and end 7-5 if we want a chance at Masters, because we had 1 war in Tier 2 this season. And our death total for me personally is still at 0, and my PSR is at 58 out of 58, or 100%. And my Deathless streak is up to 59 fights. So yeah, that's going to be all from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all later. Bye.